The young generation, like Prime Minister Trudeau, half of this cabinet, are actually young global leaders of the world. We penetrate the cabinets.
The change is not just happening. The change can be shaped by us. We have to prepare for a more angry world. How to prepare? Take the necessary action to create a fairer world. I see the need for a great reset.
So people assume we are just going back to the good old world which we had and everything will be normal again. This is, let's say, fiction. It will not happen.
There is only one way this pandemic is going to go. It's going to get worse and worse and worse.
The next crisis is already waiting for us around the corner, and it is the climate crisis.
Find the virus contains a tiny chunk of DNA that matches sequence patented by Moderna 3 years before the pandemic began. Your reaction, Stefan, what can you tell us?
So my scientists are looking into those data to see how accurate they are or not. As I've said before, the hypothesis of an escape from a lab by an accident is possible. You know, human makes mistakes. So is it possible that the Wuhan lab in China was working on viruses enhancement or gene modification, and then there was an accident where somebody was infected in the lab and then infected their families and friends? It is possible. On the claim you just mentioned, the scientists are analyzing to know if it's real or not.
Yeah, I mean, I was struck by the line, it matched a genetic sequence patented by Moderna for cancer research purposes, Stefan.
Yeah, and that's the type of things that the team is looking at very carefully to know is it real or not. Okay. So it takes a bit of time to analyze all the genetic sequence.
On us tonight, potentially hundreds of military employees and contractors who may have bought child pornography online but haven't been prosecuted or even in some cases investigated. That's right, you heard me, child pornography. As many as 1,700 names, according to a U.S. senator, on a list of 5,200 from an internet sting operation overlooked the first time around 4 years ago. Only now are they supposedly getting a second look, and only after pressure from investigative reporters and the U.S. Senator you're about to hear from, Republican Charles Grassley. The Pentagon porn story began in 2006. An Immigration and Customs Enforcement child pornography sting operation called Project Flicker produced payment records of about 5,200 people, many of whom provided Army or fleet zip codes or military email addresses. Subsequently, the Pentagon's investigative branch, DCIS, began going through the ICE list to identify who actually was a DoD employee or a contractor. The investigation, however, only ran for 8 months.
When I was a cadet, what's the cadet motto at West Point? You will not lie, cheat, or steal, or tolerate those who do. I was the CI director. We lied, we cheated, we stole. It was like we had entire training courses.
Have you brought with you some of those devices which would have enabled the CIA to use this poison for? We have indeed. For killing people? Don't point it at me. I wonder if
you roll that over.
Now, does this pistol fire the dart?
Yes, it does, Mr. Chairman. The round thing at the top is obviously the sight. The rest of it is what is practically a normal 45, although it's special. However, it works by electricity. There's a battery in the handle, and it fires a small dart.
So that when it fires silently?
Almost silently, yes. Very little.
What range does it have?
100 meters. 100 meters, I believe, about 100 yards, 100 meters.
About 100 meters range.
Right.
And the dart itself, when it strikes the target, does the target know that he's been hit and about to die?
That depends, Mr. Chairman, on the particular dart used. There are different kinds of these flechettes that were used in various weapon systems, and a special one was developed which potentially would be able to enter the target without perception.
Is Drake buddies with Klaus Schwab? I'll tell you why I'm asking that in a moment. Here's a picture of Drake with a cool haircut. Here's a quote from Drake. If you sell your soul to the devil, you will get more grain. Okay, dude. But the reason I ask if he's buddies with Klaus Schwab is because he's opened a new nightclub in Toronto called History, which is ironic because this nightclub is completely digital and cashless. They don't accept cash. Everything will be done through credit cards or apps on your phone. Now someone might say, but dude, that's convenient. And then I ask you to look into the agenda for 2030, where cash is banned. Everything is digital. If you speak out about your one world government, your bank account is shut off. That's where things are going. Celebrities are promoting this because they are forced or have volunteered to be puppets for this evil system.
Explaining to do. The new questions stem from taped remarks of Biden during an April campaign appearance in New Hampshire.
I went to law school on a full academic scholarship, the only one in my class to have a full academic scholarship. Went back to law school and, in fact, ended up in the top half of my class. I was the outstanding student in the political science department at the end of my year. I graduated with 3 degrees from undergraduate school and 165 credits, only needed 123 credits.
Biden now concedes he did not graduate in the top half of his law school class, that he does not have 3 degrees from college, and that he was not named outstanding political science student in college.
Newsweek says Biden actually went to school on a half scholarship, ended up near the bottom of his class, and won only 1 degree, not 3.
Joe Biden ranked 76th in a class of 85 at the University of Syracuse Law School. I mean, this guy comes off this whole thing as a flyweight.
Now Biden says Newsweek is right. His memory had failed him.
We've been patient, but our patience is wearing thin, and your refusal has cost all of us.
People who have been mysteriously killed after exposing the government. Part 1. Dr. Sebi. Dr. Sebi was a herbalist healer that had a natural cure for many diseases such as cancer, AIDS, and HIV. His remedies would shut down the pharmaceutical industry today. A cured customer isn't a customer. Stanley Meyer. Stanley Meyer invented the first water-powered car. He then had an interview with the car investors in a restaurant. He shortly died after the interview in front of his brother, telling him, "They've poisoned me." His inventions were eventually taken away. This invention would shut down many oil companies today. Joan Rivers was a comedian and actor in Hollywood. She was known for comedic insults on other celebrities. However, when she told reporters that Michelle Obama was really a man, she suddenly died a few days later.
What must be what? What must be what? What must be what?